In this section of tutorials, we're going to look closer on the texture, how we can create texture, how we can apply it, and how we can achieve realistic or surrealistic, whatever you're going for, result. So as a beginning, let's go ahead and we'll just create a trunk right here. So let's go ahead, select it, trunk segment. Okay, this is our basic, and for the trunk, we'll just go ahead and start kind of adding elements to this, work a little bit more on the texture and see how it's come up. Let's go ahead and our segment, when selected, we'll go click on the materials, and depend on what component we're using, we may have a different type of the sections. But for us main, we have the materials for our segment body. We also have a cap on the top, and we have blades if we have any of. To access material, we'll just go ahead and double time click. So when we click, or if you right click edit material, also can select it. This way we open material editor. If you work previously in a Vue application, you will be familiar with some of these properties, and we did look on them in our previous tutorials, a little bit overview what's going on. But just in case, if you have the basic view, you want to click on the button top where it says Advanced Material Editor. So this way we can access to more parameters that we want to modify. Also, you'll notice we have a preview type of view for our material. If we want double-sided, alpha, cast shadows, not cast, so all these complex additional options that for current project, for just overview, we won't use it any of this. We also have options to add additional layers. So add additional layer, we just go on the side and we can click add layer, and this is we can add additional layers. We can remove these layers as well. And as we add different layers, we can change them. We have options to have two-sided materials, mixed materials, or grouped materials. The simple material is just one top material that we mostly we're going to use. Two-side materials, we want to use it for the leaves if we want to cover or have other options. Mixed materials, they allowed us to combine between two materials with a function, see how they can work together. And group it, take multiple materials and combine them together. So for this purpose, we'll just use a simple material. And actually, I don't need second layer right now, so let's remove it. Okay. Also, option we have to export and save if we need it. And down below, where it says color and alpha. In this area, we can modify our trunk. By default, you look at the procedure color. And we can modify by adding color, and we can set all different colors, and you can see how it's changed and modified. Let's go reset this color back. Okay. Also, we have it drop down. We have it mapped picture and natural grain. If we select natural grain, you can see it's a mix between two colors. If we select it, so if we selected red example, and let's select maybe yellow, so we can see. You can see right here in the preview, it's kind of like grainy look. We can modify this grain by increasing, decreasing scale, make a roughness, or all other properties as well. Contrast, balance, and distortion. So we can combine those ones. Natural grain and color will work fine if you want to use it inside the Vue. However, if you think you want to take and export out of to use in other applications, you probably want to use it image mapping ones. For image map, we need to switch to the mapped pictures. So right here you can see we switch to the area where we can load it image. So let's go ahead and preload it one of the image that I created before, and we'll look in other sessions of the tutorials. We'll look how to create different textures in different applications. So let's go ahead, open one. Okay, and you'll notice as we open, Plan Factory already come with a preset some of those textures. So you actually can go ahead and use it. And they're very nice because you have it your normal and you have it bump map. If you have it your own personal, we just need to go and click on manual browse and access to this. So right here you can see I have it multiple. This is already pre-rendered with color. We have it bump map and diffuse. So for me, because I'm going to use my normal map or bumps, I want to actually use a diffuse map. I don't want full coloring. However, if you don't have those maps, the normal color will work just fine. So let's go ahead, click OK. And you can see picture content alpha information. So I don't actually need alpha information. So I click no, I don't need alpha information. And you can see how it's applied. This is also the tiling. Tiling image, you can stack left and right and it should look seamless. So it will apply it. However, because some of repetition of the pattern and with the tiling, you can see we have some of those repetitions showing on us. We want to change some of the parameters. Right now you can see it says object parametric. We can switch to the object standard or world standard, depending on which one applied. And usually you don't see different here, but it will apply different when we scale. So I'll go to object parametric and it's back to what we have it. And also we can increase scale of our image. So let's go just type 2 and 2. And you can notice right here how it's changed also the image scale applied. So let's switch this to 1. Okay, and maybe there you go, a little bit better, we can see it. So we don't see that repetition as much. We don't, on a Y up, we don't repeating only 2, so it's stretching a little bit, which is work good in our case. But if we change any image scale, we need to remember what settings we did, because otherwise when we go to create bump map or other ones, we want to replicate this size so that our normal maps or other ones will scale properly. And even if we're using like offset, so we want to apply same offset so they will overlay properly and texture will display correctly.